Hello? Hello. Yeah, Michael, I think you've mentioned this Enzo rumor like 4 or 5 times. I don't know if it was you, but like I've seen someone commenting on all of my videos saying about this Enzo rumor, and I've not seen any news on Enzo Fernandez at all, so I'm a little bit confused why this keeps coming up, mate. I'm really confused. Hello. I'll let you guys sort of funnel in, find your seat, sit down. And, Real Madrid are always going to be somewhat interested, aren't they, I suppose? But I haven't seen anything at all. Enzo Fernandez, Real Madrid, a day ago. I suppose it was yesterday that was reported. Real Madrid are preparing a 150 million euro offer to sign Enzo Fernandez. It won't happen. It won't happen at all. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to Transfer Daily. I know it kind of, the name doesn't really make too much sense because it's not every day, but we do come over, I'm trying to make this every other day. So it should be called Transfer Every Other Daily, I suppose. We've got quite a lot to discuss. In fact, I couldn't actually fit all the topics on the title. I couldn't actually fit everyone that's involved in today's stream in the thumbnail. Before we begin, please do like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We are, and I might actually be able to update it, we're 1 subscriber away from 13.8k on the channel. Hopefully we hit that in just a few moments' time, but man, we are flying at the moment. We really are. The videos are doing great. The numbers are they're fantastic. So again, thank you very much for all the supports. I've got lights galore at the moment. I've even got me little lights. When was the last time you saw these ones on? Hey, it's been some time, has it not? I'm a man with a mission. I've got my head screwed on these days. I'm on the ball. I've got everything's going like a well-oiled machine these days. But with that said, I'm gonna first of all, I was thinking of seeing if I could sign in with my backup account. Sign in with a phone number. The credential you entered matches multiple accounts. Brilliant. What about the name? There we go. I bet there's a code on this one. What's the password for this? No. Brilliant. Oh well, I'll have to go on my phone. Man, it would just be nice to have Twitter on my computer, you know. It really is kind of shit having to do it on my phone the whole time, but regardless, first one we'll kind of talk about, do I unsub and then sub to get you there? I don't think it works like that, mate. But thanks for the idea. First of all, we'll go through Javi Simmons, as it seems to be that the main topic at the moment is Javi Simmons. I've just done a video on the situation and the ramifications, the implications, all the other nations regarding Arsenal. And I know they'll be happy. They'll be cheering. They'll be acting as though they're not bothered whatsoever about this all coming about with Javi Simmons and Chelsea, because they have seemingly signed Victor Gyökeres. But they'll still be annoyed. Mainly because they were interested in him first, and we've now poked our nose in, and seemingly, according to reports, Javi Simmons has chosen Chelsea. That was old news. That is now old news. We're now moving more so onto the fact that Javi Simmons is undergoing talks pretty much at this point. Chelsea have brought in consultant agent Ali Barat to assist their recruitment team, in the deal for Javi Simmons. He's helped on many deals at Chelsea for the owners. They want this done, and that can't be stressed enough, is that Chelsea want this done, and they want it done fast. We know, we've seen, we've witnessed this season in particular, this transfer window in particular. We have seen the sporting directors and Chelsea as a whole, whether that's incomings or outgoings, every single transfer that we've been involved in this transfer window has been snappy. It's been quick. Release clause for Liam Delap, done, quick, to the point. Joao Pedro, done, quick, to the point. Gittins, it was one of the longer running ones. That was early June. I was on holiday when that was all happening. That was during the Mike Maignan situation where I was actually getting my transport, my taxi from the airport. From the hotel to the airport to come home, when all of that was going underway, and seemingly Mike Maignan's deal or move to Chelsea fell apart as I was on the way back to the airport to come home. But in that, we obviously we established a relationship with Jamie Gittins, and here we are. It took a little longer. I think it was agreed by the time, going into the sort of like break period between the Club World Cup starting. But regardless, we moved on that. We got it done. I think at this point, the only player that we've shown an interest in that we haven't signed is Mike Maignan, which a lot of people will be annoyed. They will be frustrated with the fact that has obviously not come to any sort of, come to fruition, shall we say, because truth be told, let's be honest, I know Robert Sanchez was fantastic in the final, but come on, it was... I want to see more. I don't necessarily want to see more of Robert Sanchez, but if we are being made to watch him for another season, I want to see more of what we saw in that final, because it was fantastic, is what it was. It was a really, really good performance from him. More may it continue, I suppose. But me personally, I really wanted Mike Maignan. But it didn't happen. Anyway, understand that the 2003-born Javi Simmons prefers a move to the Premier League. Agreeing terms won't be an issue. I think no matter what club, as long as they're like a big club, if a big club comes in for Javi Simmons, they're going to get him as long as they're a Premier League side. So basically any of the top six besides Manchester United. Ozzy Osbourne has died. What? Oh my God. That's nuts. But also fucking rest in peace. Rest in peace. But if there's ever someone who has lived longer than they could have ever imagined, 76 years old, that man has survived so much on his own doing. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's such a huge name, like, for anyone that doesn't really care, or not care, but that's a big one. That is a huge one. That's a really, really big death. That's crazy. He only did a show last week or something. Yeah, and I saw like what's his name? What's the geezer's name? The guy that really wants to be him. I forget his name. He did a song with KSI. He's been doing Young Blood. Is it Young, not Bad Blood? That's a wrestling event. Young Blood has been doing a lot of like his stuff lately and doing really good at it, to be fair. He's a good singer. But man, that's crazy. That is fucking nuts. Right, yeah. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne, man. That is fucking. That is a like what's his name? That's a Prince. That's a Prince level, Michael Jackson level death. Maybe not these days. I think a lot of kids wouldn't necessarily even know who Ozzy Osbourne is, but to those of us that grew up in the era of like pop stars and like artists being big and not just rappers, I guess, or Taylor Swift, Ozzy Osbourne's a big one. Big one. Not seeing any news about this, just Googled it. It says Ozzy Osbourne dies just weeks after farewell show. 4 minutes ago on Sky. Even Youngblood just did a TikTok about saying God bless him an hour ago. But he wasn't even dead at that point. So that's crazy. Anyway, it does seem as though this is moving quick. Talks to begin between Chelsea and RB Leipzig to agree on fee and potential add-ons. That's allegedly happened or happening today. So, by all accounts, this is moving fast. Really, really fast. Other reports suggest that talks between Chelsea and Javi Simmons' camp, which also includes his brother Faustino, will continue today. The goal is to reach a verbal agreement. Javi is open to a move to Chelsea. Talks with Leipzig will follow in due course. In the event of a transfer, Chelsea can imagine playing with 2 number 10s. And the question beckons, the question remains, which of our, if we sign him, which of our 2 number 10s, him or the other one, will start? Because, I don't know, the other one, our other number 10, I forget, he's is it Cole Palmer? It's a tricky one. Listen, Javi Simmons is never going to start regular time. Like he must know that he's going to be a squad player. He must just know. He must know that he's not signing. And this is one of the things that I've seen a lot of people like talk about and say like Chelsea are buying too many players. Hello, Kelly. I do remember you. Chelsea are signing too many forward players. And what I don't think people actually understand and need to start realizing is that you look at Man City, depth. You look at Liverpool, depth. You even look at Arsenal, right? Depth. Not too much, though, last season, because obviously injuries caused them to miss out on a lot, allegedly. And so they have now recruited and are looking to sort of like bolster their squad. Depth. A lot. A lot can happen in a season. We've seen it. We have been under the words to say? We have received the worst case scenario in seasons recently where injuries have placed us in situations where even last season, this season just gone, had we had the depth that we had at the start throughout the whole season, and we didn't sell players or loan players or whatever, and Joao Felix, Veiga, loads of other players, I feel like we would have stood a much better chance of finishing in the top 4 much earlier than we did, not leaving it to the last day. Do you know what I mean? So players like Gittins will probably be a starter. Pedro on the right. But then, we're never going to start Jackson, Joao Pedro, and Liam Delap all at the same time. But the backup that we have there, the squad depth that we have there, the overall depth that we have in this squad coming into the new season is pretty crazy. It's really good. And it really does give me a sense of confidence that I really have not felt in Chelsea coming into a season in quite some time. I have not had this level of confidence in Chelsea in a while. And I'm not saying that as if to say like we're going to win the league. I think we can compete. I think we can. I think we're like 1 or 2 signings away. I think we need another defender, and I think we need a goalkeeper, and maybe another attacker in Javi Simmons. But other than that, 3 more signings. Javi Simmons, get it done. Other than that, defender, Hato, maybe. And then a goalkeeper would really give me more confidence, but I just don't see the goalkeeper being changed in the coming seasons. But yeah, on Javi Simmons, it's looking pretty. It's looking pretty good. I've just seen a tweet pop up from 2016, and he is a literal child there, like a baby. Chelsea step up interest in Barcelona wonderkid Javi Simmons from the 9th of January 2016. Jesus Christ. How old would he have been there? Javi, no, not Jai. Javi Simmons, he's 22. He would have been 13 there, I guess. 13. So we've been involved with him for a while. We've been interested in him for a while. Elsewhere, hello. Okay, camera sort of went weird there. Renato Veiga is another topic that we need to discuss. A player that I was very keen on. A player that I was very, very fond of. I think everyone was fond of Renato Veiga when he first signed. Had that proper Chelsea sort of vibe, shithouse, Raul Meireles sort of David Luiz sort of vibe, you know. Thank you, Michael. Do appreciate it. It does seem now it's done. It is done. Major breaking news coming out of Atletico universe. Atletico Madrid are close to finalizing the signing of Renato Veiga from Chelsea. Only minor details remain. So we know how this goes. We've seen it. We know how this is likely to go. The strong relationship with Chelsea and Atletico Madrid has been key to this. He doesn't want to play for Chelsea, you know, and he wanted to come back and play in the Club World Cup, but we said no loaned players can play in the Club World Cup. I mean, they could have, but we said no. It's just not happening. So you can, you know, on your bike, mate. His stay at Juve was good by all accounts, and we're now ready to sell on. I think the amount that we're looking for or looking at is, I think I saw 40 million euros. And if I'm not mistaken, we bought him for a pretty low amount. So Chelsea, on the 12th of July, 2024, which is crazy, just over a year ago we've had him. He went out on loan straight away, pretty much, after playing 7 Premier League games. Can you believe that? 7 Premier League appearances. But anyway, Veiga signed a 7-year contract with Premier League club Chelsea with a further 1-year option. The fee was reported to be 14 million euros. 14 million euros. So if we can sell him for, you know, the proposed 40, you know, you're looking at about 26 million euros profit. Not bad business, to be completely honest with you. Is he likely to turn into a really good player? It's very possible. I like him. 6'3", by the way. I think people forget just how tall and big this guy was. But you know, it's a situation that you find yourselves in. For me, he reminds me of don't fall in love with loan players. You know, That's a Renato Veiga for me. I loved him. I really did. I was ready for him to be my favourite player at Chelsea. I really was. And it just wasn't to be. The way that we function, the way that we do business these days, you can't really grow attached to sort of fringe players these days. It's become a situation where, you know, people are in, people are out. The 7, 8, 9-year contracts may be one thing. But, you know, if we're being given a chance to sell for a profit, then you best believe, bet your bottom bippy that we're going to do that. Road King TV. Thank you very much for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. We are winning the league. Get a keeper, a centre back. Simmons is a beast. Keep Jackson. Hashtag God is a Chelsea fan. Well, there you go. Road King TV. Thank you very much for the super chat. I do agree. Is there any harm in keeping Jackson as long as we start? Pedro, as long as Joao Pedro and Liam Delap do not suffer at the neediness and the entitlement. What's the word? The Jackson being entitled, basically. He knows he's got to fight for a place. Listen, he knows. He knows he's got to fight for his place. It's a foregone conclusion that he is so out of favour at this point that he's going to have to really pull something out of the hat. And I don't know when, I don't know how, and I don't know if Nicholas Jackson is going to be able to do it. But he has said that he will fight for his place. And it's either that or Manchester United. He said that he's interested in Manchester United if it doesn't work out with Chelsea. So, you know, we'll have to keep that one open. Hello, Luke, mate. How's it going? Reese says, got to give credit where it's due. Blueco seem to be getting profits from these young players. Madueke, Petrovic will get it for Veiga as well. Fabrizio Romano tweeted out earlier today that Atletico Madrid and Chelsea start club-to-club talks today for Renato Veiga, and obviously reports that we've had since then is that it's gone well, very well indeed. Renato Veiga has said yes to Atletico, and a first bid will follow, while Chelsea will insist on €40 million package. And people in the comments saying that they wouldn't take anything less than €35 million, which is fairly true. It's pretty fair sort of fee to look at. Another one that we need to talk about is Raheem Sterling. Raheem the Dream could be on his way out finally on a £20 million deal. It was reported that Chelsea will accept an offer for £20 million for Raheem Sterling this summer. That is one of those where I just think you've got to take the L. You've got to take the L. How much did we sign him for? Does anyone remember off the top of their heads? Chelsea. We signed him on a 5-year contract for a fee of £47.5 million. Quite a lot of money. And it's so weird to think, isn't it? 2022, July of 2022, his birthday is in December. So he was like 26. Fuck me. I remember being so excited about it because I was like, we're getting Sterling arguably at like the prime years of his life. And man, what a bag of shit he's ended up being for us. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it really has not worked out in any way, shape or form. Like, he is arguably one of the worst signings we've signed in a while. And we've signed some absolute stinkers. A Champions League club in Europe is interested in the 30-year-old. It has been reported that it's likely to be Bayer Leverkusen. I don't know how sort of interested he is in signing for a German club, but I'd say that's in his level. I'd say that's at his level. I could also see him imagine a Napoli coming for him. I could see that, I could see him signing for a team like that. Chelsea are willing to accept £10 for Raheem Sterling, but so far not a single club has submitted an offer. That is not a real report. Again, Bayer Leverkusen are amongst the clubs monitoring Raheem Sterling's performances or his sales sort of situation. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Where you've just got to take the L. You've got to take the L on him. You really do. I can't imagine they'll be too bothered. I think above all else, the main priority in this situation is just getting rid, because you look at his salary, right? He's the highest paid player at Chelsea. £325,000 a week he's on at Chelsea. Laughable. Absolutely ridiculous. So whilst, yes, it is a bit of a loss in terms of profit and all that sort of stuff, the amount that we paid versus what we're looking for, 20 million, it's a decent amount for a 30-year-old Raheem Sterling, let's be honest. I think we'd be lucky to get 10 million these days. He's fucking shit. He's absolute wank. Yeah, and but listen, his contract ends June 30th, 2027. So I mean, he's still got two years. 2 years left on his contract. That's nuts. Why do we sign him for such a long deal? You've got to forgive it. It's it's one of those. It's like the early days. It was they were trying to find their feet. He was a marquee signing. Can we just say Raheem Sterling was a huge name, and is a player that a lot of clubs. I've always rated Raheem Sterling for what he's done, like the player that he is. He did well at Liverpool. He played really well for City, and I thought, God, if we get the City Raheem Sterling or even better, man, we're going to be cooking. And we could not even find the matches, let alone get the meat out. And all right, pause there. But I was so excited. Sterling and Koulibaly. That window, man. That window was something else, wasn't it? Who did Chelsea sign in 2022? Signings. Can we see? Did we sign Cucurella that year? We did. Koulibaly, Raheem Sterling. We must have signed other people. Transfers 22-23. We signed Enzo that year. Jesus, we've had Enzo Fernandez for a while. Jesus Christ. It was Enzo Fernandez, Wesley Fofana, Mudryk, Cucurella, Raheem Sterling, Kalidou Koulibaly. This is as in in the 22-23 season, I'm talking. Koulibaly, Badiashile, Madueke, Gusto, Carney Chukwuemeka, Cassidy, Santos, Aubameyang, David Datra Fofana, Felix, Slanina. Fucking hell, we signed a lot of players. Zakaria. Do you lot remember Zakaria? Conor Gallagher was promoted to the first team. Armando Broya was promoted to the first team. Levi Colwill was promoted to the first team and then put on loan. Emerson. We sold Emerson. We sold Ampadu, we sold Michi, and a load of other ones. But, man, what a fucking window, eh? Shall we go through quickly? Enzo, solid. Wesley Fofana, Mudryk, Kukurea, solid. Sterling, Koulibaly, Badiashile, Madueke, Gusto. The jury's still out, you know. The jury is still out, you know. There's arguments that Gusto, if he plays like he did in the final against PSG, if he can, the first 2 seasons, fantastic. But last season, not great. Club World Cup final, really good. He's got this season, really. I could argue, actually, he's probably got this, like, he's got until Christmas. You know, he's got until Christmas. If he's stinking the gaff up like a lot before Christmas, then, you know, I wouldn't be against him maybe getting sold in Christmas time, but I don't see that happening, to be honest with you. I'm hopeful. I'm confident that I believe in Malo Gusto to you know, pull things back and play like we know he can. Chukwuemeka, listen, I love Carney. I don't really understand why it hasn't worked out for him. Is he technically a Chelsea player still now? His loan with Dortmund has obviously ended, so he's now back with Chelsea. I don't quite know what's going on with him. Shall we have a little look-see on the rumour mill? What's going on with Carney Chukwuemeka? So a day ago, Fabrizio tweeted out that he understands Chelsea are still closing doors to loan exits for Carney Chukwuemeka. Borussia Dortmund have been in talks for weeks over a loan, but no green light from Chelsea. Chelsea want permanent exit or nothing at all, as Borussia Dortmund also consider more options for new midfielder. So, you know, there's talks of a move, but it would have to be a permanent one. We signed him for 18 million euros. I do think we'll get quite a hefty profit on him if we were to sell him. But we'll have to wait and see. Casadei, Santos, I think he's going to be one of the best players in the world very soon. A real talent, really good in the Club World Cup. And I cannot express how excited I am to see him play for Chelsea on a regular basis. 25 million for Chukwuemeka would be decent. It would be decent, I suppose. Aubameyang, absolute fucking dog shit. Scored some good Champions League goals, though, I will say. David Datra Fofana, Joao Felix, Slanina, didn't really work out for him. Zakaria, a lone player that I fell in love with, and he never came back. Oh, good Lord. I really liked Zakaria. I really did. And that's that in terms of the sales that we got in that season. What did we do? 23, 24? Caicedo, Lavia, Nkunku, Cole Palmer, Disasi, Jackson, Ugachukwu, Sanchez. Fuck me, we've bought so many players. Absolutely outrageous. Last season, I've lost track. I really have lost track of who we've signed over the years. It's so good. It's all blended into one at this point. Last season, it was Neto, Felix signed permanently, Dewsbury Hall, Jorgensen, Kellyman, Penders, Anselmino, Amugu, Veiga, Caleb Wiley, Mark Guiu, Jadon Sancho on loan, and Tosin Adarabioyo. Honestly, out of all of those players, it's Pedro Neto's the best out of that really shit bunch. But I would also argue Tosin Probably the best of all of them. Bearing in mind, we got Pedro Neto for 60 million euros. Tosin was free. I'm putting it out there. Our best signing from all of the players that we signed last season, it's Tosin. It is Tosin Adarabioyo is easily the best bang for your buck out of all the players that we had. You don't get that value. You can't get that value anywhere these days. 26 years old. 26 when we signed him. 25, 26 as of right now. Jamie Gittins, Joao Pedro, Liam Delap, Esteval, Isugo, Sarr, Kendry Paez. All of obviously those two have like officially signed. Esteval and Paez we'd signed ages ago, but they have now officially signed. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, some big names. You can look to the 26-27 season for some absurd reason as well. I suppose because we do have players coming in like Quenda and Denner, they're not coming in until that time. So, you know, we're moving a season ahead of everyone else. Before we continue, please do smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. We're going to be doing this maybe on Friday, but I will. This is live. Yes, this is live. I'll probably. It's career mode tomorrow. Unfortunately. And then Friday, I think it's going to be another transfer daily, but we'll have to wait and see. I might be out, so I might have to bail, but there will be a video either way. There is also a video out at the moment on Javi Simmons. So do check that out once we finish up here today. But, I mean, I don't think there's anything else really to talk about. I think that's pretty much everything. Anyone got any questions? Anyone got any topics or players that you want to have discussed? Otherwise, I'm fairly sure that's it. And there's a fly in here as well. Keeping Jackson will be a problem because of his foolish red cards costing the whole team. Is Esteval going to start? Probably not. Probably not. I'd put him in the same sphere as like a Javi Simmons. Simmons isn't going to start ever unless it's Cup. He'll be a backup player to come on, get him game time and everything like that. And, you know, we'll see what happens. But Esteval, he's too young to be starting regularly, you know. But I do think that there's crazy potential for Esteval, as everyone already knows. But we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? What do you reckon your chances are that we re-sign Gallagher in the future? Probably 0. I don't see us ever going for English players. I just don't think that's in our nature these days. The only English players you'll see come through are players that we've come through our academy. Cole Palmer's an exception, by the way, because it's Cole fucking Palmer. Thoughts on Gilchrist leaving soon? It's it was meant to be, but it never was. I mean, people kind of touted him to be the next John Terry, and it died very quickly, didn't it? Ozzy Osbourne's dead. Yeah, that's really fucking insane. As soon as I go into the other room after I finished here, the first thing that the missus is going to say is, "Did you hear about Ozzy Osbourne?" We're like, yeah, it's fucking nuts. Enzo looks set to leave. Where will that leave? A Prem title run and Champions League run? Absolutely no concrete reports that Enzo is going to be leaving, so don't worry. They look to back Xavi Alonso for whatever he wants. I mean, unless something has come out in the time that we've been talking, I just don't see it really being... Early rumors, exactly. It's rumors. I mean, these players, Enzo Fernandez is going to have plenty of time in his career to go to Real Madrid. I just think in hindsight, this whole process of you know, signing players and selling players and signing players and coming up with this new project to get behind. In hindsight, I can comfortably say I can see the vision. I'm trusting the process now. Okay. The issue was this whole process is that there really wasn't, in the moment, there really wasn't any suggestions that we were moving in the right direction. It was all downhill for a long, long time. In the last season, challenging at the start, seemingly, tapering off a little bit, but also keeping our head afloat in the top 4, top 5 race. It's reassured me. And then winning the Conference League and then winning the Club World Cup. We've won silverware, goldware, whatever you want to call it, but silverware that has showcased that we are able to compete with the big boys. Say what you want about our run. Say what you want about our cup run, in the Club World Cup. We still beat PSG, the best team in the world, allegedly, after us, of course, now. But I can now see the process. I've bought into the process, and I see what we're trying to do. Enzo Fernandez leaving, players just jumping ship now when we're actually finding our feet after all the work we've put in and for all of the efforts and the passion and the playing for the badge that Enzo Fernandez has showcased in the time that he's been at Chelsea. It would be fucking nuts for him to go. It would be absolutely nuts for him to be like, yeah, see you later. Like, he's our vice captain at the end of the day. And I don't know how much that matters to players these days, but 24 years of age, I think we can get another 2 seasons, not including this one coming. So 3 seasons. This season coming will be the 25-26. Then it'll be the 26-27. And I think he leaves at the end of that season, maybe after the one after that. He's not going to play for Chelsea forever. I know that. I think the same goes for someone like Caicedo. I just don't see him playing his whole career at Chelsea. Maybe even Cole Palmer. But in that time, we'll have the players like Javi Simmons, like, all of them, they're pretty much the same age, but like Esteval, all these other players who are really young, they come out and they build themselves up. And then we've got the next tranche of players coming through to take over from these players. Again, this is going to be a long time coming. I could see Enzo playing and Caicedo playing for Chelsea for a while, but we'll have to wait and see. Did you see the fly then? It's fucking massive. He's on the light at the moment. He's doing all that sort of stuff, but he's not leaving for a while. I trust that Enzo Fernandez is proper Chelsea, and when they come knocking properly, then, it is what it is. Enzo Fernandez's contract expires in 2032. Unless he puts a transfer request in, which, might I remind you, he won't. He won't. There's no fucking chance he will. That contract is too long. He's earning too much money. 180 grand on a 7-year remaining contract is just, he's not going to forego that. He'll obviously earn a shitload if it does go through, but we have all the rights to say, no, you've got a contract with us, fuck off, So we'll get loads for him when we sell him, but I don't see it happening for quite a while. Same with Caicedo. I can see Caicedo playing for Chelsea for a while, but I don't see him playing for Chelsea forever. It's just not the way the football goes these days. No one has any loyalties in the sense that they're one team player. Not that Caicedo or Enzo would be, but say that this is their breakout period in their career. I just don't see players don't stick around that long these days, unless you're fair play to Bruno Fernandes for sticking it through the way he has. That man has, say what you want, I can't stand the guy, but that is loyalty. That is, how much is he must be on shitloads, because he's well, if I'm going to be here, I might as well be on a lot of money. He's on 300 grand, which, it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. But that man, he's a loyal rat, he is. He has sacrificed his career because, say what you want, he's obviously good. He's a good player. He's too good to be playing for Manchester United these days. fair play to him. I don't know what's gone through his head that he's thought that is like a good idea to see out his entire career at Manchester United. I feel like I remember him coming in at, like, was it 2018? 2020? He signed for United in 2020. He's only been there for 5 years. What? What the fuck are you talking about? 2020? That's a load of bollocks. I was going to say, I thought Bruno came in 2016. He seems like he's been around for ages. He seems like he's been there as long as, like, Martial. Let me guess, Martial joined in 2019, did he? Is my perception of everything just fucked? He was 2015. I could have sworn Martial and Bruno came in at the same sort of time. It was like, because, I mean, we're kind of going off topic, but I could have sworn he was there for way longer than that. But yeah, anyway, loyal rat. With that said, I think that's a load of topics covered today. This is probably one of the better episodes. It's been one of the best transfer dailies I think we've had. One of the longest as well. Javi Simmons or Rodgers. I was team Rodgers for the longest time, but now I can see Simmons is happening. Like, I'm going to lean towards Simmons. I would have preferred Rodgers, though, just because he's Premier League proven, but we'll see how it pans out with Simmons. Please do like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification. All the best. I'll see you tomorrow for some FIFA Chelsea career mode. We're in a bit of a sticky situation these days. We lost to Arsenal and we lost to Middlesbrough back to back. So we've got some work to do. I'll see you tomorrow. Check out my Javi Simmons video and I'll see you tomorrow. All the best. My name is Harry. Up the Chelsea.